What's up, YouTubers? MrCompleteRandom here, and it is time for the 6th episode of the Random Anime Podcast, where we are going to go ahead and discuss anime villains, some of our favorites, our least favorites, development of villains, and whether we like them bad right from the get-go, or do we want them to be bad turn evil or evil turn bad? We're going to get into all of that and more. But first, let me introduce my crew. I have Hikaze, Ricky, and Star. Say hi, guys.
Hey!
How's it going?
Yo, what's up?
So, before we begin, we're also making sure that people jump into this live stream as well. I have a giveaway for a $25 gift card to Right Stuff Anime, who is a very large distributor of anime, manga, and a whole bunch of other merchandise. I'll put the link in the description, and whoever comments giveaway will be entered into this giveaway for the podcast. So all you have to do is comment giveaway in the live chat, and you are entered in. I will go ahead and announce the winner at the end of the podcast. And I'll mention that throughout the podcast as well. That way, if you're jumping in later, you guys can also enter in as well. All right, so now getting into things. Villains. Let's talk about some of our favorite villains. I'm sure you guys have a few that you like. What do you guys think? What are some of your favorite villains?
Oh, this is a tricky question.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Hands down, Wicked Lady from Sailor Moon. Like, straight up. Just because she becomes a villain out of confusion, and she turns into a total badass, and eventually she turns back to good, but in the time that she's evil, it's like she's doing the worst possible things to mentally scar her enemies, which is, at the time, Sailor Moon, by kidnapping and awkwardly falling in love with Darien. So I'd have to put her on the top of my list, even though that's like her dad. But hey, it's Japan.
Oh, there you go.
That sounded very weird for a sec.
How about you, Ricky? What do you think? Who is your favorite villain?
My favorite villain is a little hand-sized pink plush doggy who goes by the name Mamori from Paranoia Agent, because she manipulates everything, like everything you've heard, like the Illuminati, the Freemasons. No, Mamori, she controls everything. Little evil pink dog, and she limps around, as you'd imagine, a stuffed creature as vegan creepily, with its voice that makes you shiver. Oh my god, Memorial Bye. Oh, she is a scary little pink dog.
I don't know what to say about that.
Well, she is bone chilling.
Oh.
All right, what about you, Hikaze? You had a little bit of time to think about it. I'm going last, so you go ahead. What's your pick your poison?
This is a tough question for me because all the series I've watched, very few of them have actual true villains. If even just focusing on like Naruto or something, there are very few bad guys in that series that I actually like. I mean, that's the whole point. Villain, you're supposed to hate the bad guys.
You would be surprised. A lot of people like the villains. They like the evil side.
You're supposed to like Naruto characters.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, there are some characters in there I would very much not like to see again. Good and bad characters.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
There's plenty of them.
That doesn't even count the characters who technically aren't villains anymore. Because, I mean, Gara was a villain for a brief period, but now he's the furthest thing you could possibly get from it.
He went ahead and he changed, which...
Exactly. But given the fact that he was messed up because everybody was lying to him, that, if you think about it, doesn't make him a true villain. Even back then. Ugh. This is a difficult question for me. Like, you can answer your part and I'll keep thinking.
You want me to say mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say I honestly liked young Taguro from Yu Yu Hakusho as one of my favorite villains. Interesting character who only appears when there's a change in the character. I'm trying not to give like too much away if anybody who has not seen it, but
I haven't seen it, but don't worry about that.
Yeah, for the listeners and stuff too.
Well.
Any time a main character goes through a big change, like a level up or gaining new powers or weapons, whatever it might be, it seems like a new villain is introduced into the mix. And that's what happened with Taguro, the young Taguro. There's an older Taguro, but younger Taguro is the one that I like because he has enough power to be scary and someone to like just not mess with, but at the same time beatable. He's not like this godlike character that's, nobody's ever gonna defeat him ever. Because I don't like those type of villains where it's just they're way too overpowered and too much of all these good characters, all these good guys, the heroes, the antagonists or the protagonists are going after the villain, going after the antagonist, and they just can't defeat that person or that being because they're just too big, they're too strong. And that's where it kind of loses it for me. But with young Taguro, it had that nice balance, which is what I liked. Plus he looked really cool too. So
that doesn't surprise me.
All right, did you get any time to think about any of them?
The more I think about it, any of the names I can think of are more anti-heroes than villains. But I don't know how that would fit into this, or if it counts.
Well, we are going to do anti-heroes in another podcast. So, I mean,
yeah,
could briefly talk about it, but it really doesn't we're going to go in depth into anti-heroes into another podcast. But not
there's too fine a line between anti-heroes and true villains.
Right.
And for me, that line is very blurred. I can't separate them.
Okay, then how about we say what are some, or at least one, villain that you guys do not like at all?
Oh. Oh, fun question.
Good one indeed.
Oh boy.
So, how about every single character apart from Nana in Elfin Lied? Because everyone in that is a piece of poo.
For
Everyone
some
in
reason, I'm
it is
suddenly
horrible.
glad I've never seen that.
Yeah,
El-
be glad. Oh, bless your innocence, you've never seen that show.
Elfenlied is an anime that has a high rate of crying potential.
Oh, it has a higher rate of disgusting stuff I wish I never saw. It has a high rate of blowing its own trumpet. It
So
is
ba- so
so
basi-
pretentious.
So basically, if you don't like gore, stay away from it.
Oh, that's not even the problem. Like, it tries to have a message and it doesn't. It's just wishy-washy. It's just creepily fetish. It's just all over the place. It just screams like, look at me. Oh, it's disgraceful.
Okay.
But do you have like one specific character that you dislike? You could
Well,
say.
yeah, Lucy or Mewtwo, whatever her name is, Lucy and Mewtwo, those two, like, the main protagonist. Well, she's meant to be a protagonist. She's not a protagonist. She's evil. She kills people because, everyone in the whole show is evil. Your man Bondo, he's evil, but, like, he borders hilariously so evil it's almost funny, but then you remember he's an elfin lead and it's not funny anymore. And then there's those kids who battered the poor puppy with a vase. I think that was one of the most sick things I've ever seen in my whole life. They are evil. Those kids. I hate those kids.
Oh god, I think I actually know what you're talking about.
It's hard.
Yeah.
If that is what I'm thinking of, yeah, that was very messed up.
That was disgusting.
Yeah.
So yeah, Elfin Light. Everyone.
How about
Especially those flipping kids.
you, Star?
That's the thing, like, I have a few villains in my head, but I actually like them. I don't necessarily hate them.
Well,
Does-
did any of the... Is there, like, one thing any of them did that was particularly nasty?
I mean, all of them, yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I guarantee you,
Oh.
without almost a shadow of a doubt, I can say 2 words, and you will know which villain this is, and you will say, yes, I hate that person. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the first word is girl, and the second word is dog.
Oh no.
Yeah, Ricky, remember that? Remember that shit?
Oh, why did you say that? Damn you.
Remember that?
I think I'm out. I
God.
don't know.
You just given me PTSD. Oh my god.
What is it? What is it?
Oh god.
If you've watched it, if you watch the anime with the midget, the one who hates milk and who
Oh my god! Wait.
The robot.
Oh god! Yes!
yeah,
Oh
do you
my
remember?
God.
Do you remember?
Oh
yeah.
my god, yes! God, that was messed
Oh,
up!
I can hear the stain in your voice. You remember now.
Oh my god!
Look at that. See
Yeah.
that? Do you hear that, people listening? That is what a villain does. They make you
Matt, you are
cringe. They
evil
make
for
you
bringing that up.
freak out.
That guy was short-lived, but he was a terrible human being.
Ah, there you go. A true...
He was worse than the character that started a war by shooting a little girl. That's how
Right?
bad he was. Yes.
That is just not right.
A true
He was
evil
worse than a
villain.
literal shit-shifting, disgusting
Holy
demon.
Wait. Let me guess. If I'm thinking of the right character, are you talking about Sho Tucker from Full
Yes.
Metal Alchemist?
Oh,
Oh,
Yes.
and yeah, okay, yeah.
He did that
Yes.
to his own kid. That's messed up.
Yeah, that was his daughter, yeah.
Yeah.
that turns my stomach inside out.
It wasn't that bad for me at the time, but just thinking about it, like, why would you even do that?
Oh, this was
Oh,
so
I
much...
was
Wait,
lost
for
wait a
words.
minute. Didn't he do that to his wife too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think she ended up dying. Didn't she?
No.
So that's there's something has to be wrong in your brain for you to think this is a good idea.
Well, it's not as bad as like this one villain that I'm thinking of, but I don't think any of you have seen the actual anime.
What
It's
anime
called-
is it?
The anime is called Monster.
Okay.
No.
I don't. I've heard of a lot of anime with monster in the title, but if that's the
It's
only
just-
word,
That's the only word.
No, I haven't heard of that one then.
Okay, then I won't talk about that one.
Is it particularly scary?
It's horror-ish, I should say.
Ish.
The main villain in it is more of a psychological villain, and
Huh.
he's a mass murderer. Well, not mass murderer. He's a serial killer, and what he does is basically.
Oh, wait. I think I know what you're
Can-
talking about. Someone in the comments is talking about Johann Liebert.
Oh God, yes,
Is that who you're talking about?
yes.
I thought so. Just, now that I hear his name, I've seen it in like a top 5 psychopathic characters thing.
Yeah, like he convinced all of the boys in his orphanage to murder all of the staff. So it's not like he's out killing people directly. He's convincing people to be like him. So he's
now
psychologically.
that I hear the name, I have heard of that, but I've never actually seen it.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Like
That's an awkward thing to say based on what you were just describing.
Well, I mean, like the story is good.
Before I mention my least favorite, or I should say the villain that I hate, I'm gonna mention the giveaway again. That way the people who are listening can hear about it. I'm doing a $25 giveaway for Right Stuff Anime, which is a distributor of anime, manga, figurines. They have a whole bunch of stuff. So it's a $25 gift card. And all you guys have to do to enter is post in the live chat giveaway. All you have to do is type in the word giveaway in the live chat, and you guys will be entered into the giveaway. I will mention the winner at the end, and you guys will get the code for the $25 gift card. All right, perfect. All right, now to mention my least favorite, or the villain that I hate the most, and that would be it's tough because I have like a bunch, okay, but I would say one of the top would be Alois Trancy from Black Butler.
Oh, God. Hate that little brat.
He's manipulative. He is...
What?
He's very cynical. And on top of that, he is...
Slutty.
He's a psychopath. Yes, that too, but for the most part...
Actually, not so much psychopath as sociopath. Like, complete lack of emotion.
Yes, sociopath, psychopath, you know, kind of just the mix of the two. He's... yeah, he's everything you just, dislike.
He's the reason I skipped the first episode of that season. I cannot watch it ever again.
Oh,
Yeah.
I watched it all. And I was just like, but yeah,
That kid was very messed up.
One person put in the
Oh, yes.
in the live chat that they low key liked them. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Almost
No, like read the full sentence. He was a little bitch, but I low key loved it. Yes, he was.
Yeah, pretty much.
God, I hate him so much.
Hey, Kakashi. Just kind of doing like a quick little break for talking to the live chat. How are you guys all doing? Guys, if you want to participate in the giveaway, just type in giveaway if you have not yet. And I'm doing a giveaway for a $25 gift card to Right Stuff Anime. And if you guys have any input as to what we're talking about with favorite villains or least favorite villains, you guys can post those comments. We're reading them, and should make the conversations even more interesting too. The next thing I want to talk about when it comes to villains is there are 3 types of villains, or for the most part, 3 categories a villain can fall under. A villain who is bad, then turns good. A villain that's good, then turns evil. Or, right from the beginning, all the way through, they are just bad. So tell me, guys, what type of anime villain do you like the most? Not so much that you like the character, like, you like the character, or you like the way that they are, but how you would see a villain in an anime. What kind of villain persona or type do you like the best in an anime?
I gotta admit, I do like villains that turn good. Just means usually those villains are the ones who are not evil for no reason, but they just have like a messed up mentality that gets straightened out. Like I mentioned earlier, Gaara. People lied to him his whole life. He ended up completely screwed around. Naruto straightened that out, and now he's, complete and total opposite from how he used to be.
Star, how about you?
Well, I kind of already said Black Lady, so come back to me. I gotta think of another one.
Well,
write up a list.
No, you don't even need an example. I'm asking, what type of villain do you like to see in an anime? Do you like the villain that's evil right away, or do you like the ones that are evil then they turn good, or do you want the ones that are the goody two shoes and then they turn evil?
No, I like the persistent ones. Like, those are the ones that are like, how to explain it? Like, perfect example, Naraku from Inuyasha.
Okay.
He was the villain from beginning to end. His backstory was interesting, and he was very persistent in getting exactly what he wanted, and was willing to do whatever it took to actually get it. So, in a way, it was kind of admirable at the same time. Like, a lot of people lost their lives, but there was a lot of obstacles that he created for his enemies in order to continuously obtain his goal, which he did reach, even though he lost the end. But villains never win.
On that note, this isn't a type we mentioned, but I admit I do kind of like the gentleman villains, the ones that'll they'll keep coming after you, they'll give you a good fight, But you know, if you drop your sword, they'll step back and let you pick it back up before they fight again. I mean, it's a rare thing to see, but you know, the villain that shows a little class is what I like.
I think that really stems from the Japanese culture, where in hand-to-hand combat, it was dishonorable to murder somebody in their sleep, and the way that they handled their combat or their business would be to wake the person up, give them an equal value weapon, and then start the fight. So that's, I think it kind of translated into anime, where some of those villains are like that, and they'll go ahead and they'll make sure that the main character gets stronger and better, or you know, at a elevated state. You know, I agree with you there. I definitely like those kind of villains.
Right.
I also
like they're evil, but
go ahead.
Like they're evil, but they're super polite about it.
Right. I also enjoy the villains that start off good and then flip to evil. Cause then you get like a backstory of, all right, where did they become evil? Not just they're evil. Oh, they're evil. You know, it's just yeah. All right, they're good. They're living in a village, a town, a city, on the water, wherever they're living, and then something changes. You know, their best friend, their mother, their brother, somebody dies, or you know, a house got burnt down, or somebody stole from them, or you know, whatever it might be, and then they flip to evil. You know, that's the kind of thing I like, where it's, you know, it's you get that backstory, you get the what is it called, the prologue, you get the prequel to the evil, and then during the anime you hear about them being evil, and you see them actually being evil and going through their conquests. And yeah, it's definitely an interesting topic, anime villains. I like talking about this. I would say that another key or another important thing that we should absolutely bring up is, when watching an anime that has a clear villain, do you all feel that some of these villains are too powerful, too strong, too smart, or too whatever it might be? They're just way too big for it to be possible for the main good guy character to defeat the main bad guy character, the main villain.
Just based on what you just said, I can think of one right off the top of my head that he should have died a long time ago, if you ask me.
Oh, who's that?
Orochimaru. I still can't figure out how he's still around. He's just so
Somebody is salty.
creepy. Yes! I mean, yes, they defeated him several times, but there's a reason he's still alive. How the frick is that possible?
Just because it is, that's all.
It's not just that he's too powerful, he just... Yeah.
Are you on kind of like
he's
about
too
like
creepy. That's it.
I know about plot armor villains that, like, you know, should have been dead a long time ago, but because it's an episode count, they can't be dead yet.
Oh, jeez.
Not even just that. I think that through the progression of an anime, if it's going to be a long-running anime, the villain should be powerful, but not to the extreme of, oh, I just killed, like, all of the main characters, you know, all of the sub-main characters, and the only character that's left is the main character. That's it.
Oh my god,
in
that
long-run
happened.
anime,
That freaking happened. Oh my god, I was so mad.
With what?
In what?
Okay, so in the last season of Sailor Moon,
Oh no.
there's no
Uh-huh.
dub. It was Sailor Galaxia.
Wait, are we
And she
talking
killed-
spoilers? Spoiler alert. Okay, continue.
Yes, spoiler alert.
Okay,
Kills everyone, and the only person left alive was Sailor Moon. And then they become friends. I'm like, everyone's dead except you, and the Earth is pretty much destroyed. Like, what is wrong with you? And
Yeah,
she's like,
I haven't even
we're
seen that,
friends
and it
now.
sounds a little, like, handed to you. Like, there it is, just go with it.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way it's ending like that. And then I saw the credits, and I was like, Sailor Moon died for me. I'm just gonna pretend
Yeah.
it never existed.
It does sound very handed to you.
Yeah, it's... One anime, which, whether you like it or you don't, that's not what I'm fully focusing on, but when it comes to, like, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, what they did was, you started off with Goku, and he was building up his strength, learning all these attacks, and then you introduced, like, Frieza, and then Frieza got powerful, and then got defeated, and then it was, like, the next arc, which was the Cell arc, and then Cell was stronger than Frieza, and then it built up, and he got strong, you know, he got stronger, and Goku and the team got stronger, and then Cell got defeated. You know, it just kept building up, you know, just kind of one level higher of a villain, like a little bit stronger. But if we talk about, let's say, Naruto, it's like everybody just keeps going, Madara. You know, they just keep putting Madara in everybody's mouths. Or Obito. Like, shush. I know they made them like godlike powers and strengths. It's ridiculous.
But then
It's-
after a certain point, it was Kaguya, and she was just crazy strong.
Right, but they just start off with these characters that are just way too over the top powerful, and it kind of just bugs me a little bit. I like the character can be defeated, but it might take some time. Not it's
Yeah.
gonna take forever and ever, or they're just unbeatable. It was just put in there to be this, you know, unbeatable character. Too bad, so sad.
Yeah, and it's like, where's the fun in that?
Exactly.
Yeesh.
Ricky, what do you think
Fine
about
with
that?
long-running animes, though, like, to get through villains every arc or every season or every whatever, like, they just become disposable. You kind of stop caring, though, like, after a while, like, oh, here's this villain of the season, okay, he'll die soon. Oh, here's the other one, okay, he'll die soon. Like,
Yeah,
you
but-
know, I think, like, that's why my problem with long-running things, like, and long-running villains, I think you should stick to the one villain, at least.
Yeah, but
Well-
then if you're lucky, you have like one overlying villain to sort of unite them all.
Oh, that could be fun, like, if it works out properly or it's written well, like, but then you'll get, you know, the whole Dragon Ball season where, you know, you'll end up with a super insanely powerful villain who wants to beat Goku because he cried when he was a baby.
It's
Okay. I'm not even gonna pretend I know what that means.
It's
I'm sorry.
Broly. Broly wants to kill Goku because when they
Yeah.
were babies, they were put beside each other in the hospital and he was crying. And this is meant to be like the most super powerful lad at the time.
yeah, that got pretty lame
Yeah.
at that point.
That
Bro-
just sounds messed up.
Broccoli
It's so
was
silly.
Broccoli was
Who
very
even remembers that, for God's sake?
Broccoli was very silly about that. Yeah, he's just he's a character. The
He's a thing. He's a
yeah.
person.
A muscly lad
Okay.
who doesn't like crying.
Now, one other thing which can also tie this whole conversation up, and I'm going to also ask the live viewers this too. Do you all enjoy a villain group in an anime, or do you prefer a single villain that is either in an arc? You could have multiple villains throughout the anime, but it's just like single villain, all right, he or she is defeated, and then the next arc, all right, there's another villain. Or do you prefer it to be like the Akatsuki from Naruto, or, the Red Ribbon Army from Dragon Ball, or, any other villain group?
Oh, that's a tough question.
Because I've noticed a lot of anime go either one way or another when it comes to introducing villains. They'll either have a group of villains or they will have individual villains. And some people do prefer one over another.
I think it depends on, honestly, like the anime itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like there are some anime where it's like, okay, I can definitely tell why there would be a group of villains, mainly because there's, more than two heroes.
Right.
So like, I'm going to use this as an example forever, but like Sailor Moon, there's 5 of them. Of course, they're going to have.
I knew you were going to mention that again.
Multiple.
Don't judge her. Don't judge her.
It was Galaxy.
But
Up.
it's like, there's like I said, it's going to depend on the show itself. I'll use Naruto as an example. When they had to fight Pain, at one point there were multiple people that they were fighting, and then it just narrowed down to Pain, and that was basically a show off between Naruto and Pain together.
Yeah.
But in that whole arc, it was, a group versus a group. So that's why I say I think it depends on the anime itself, on if there's going to be just one villain or if there's going to be a group of them.
Yeah.
Or if there's going to be like kind of like a counterbalance kind of thing, if that makes any sense. So
You
like,
have both groups and individual villains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like-
that I don't mind so much. Because usually, if there's a group, each individual member will get their own fight.
unless it's like unbalanced, like two heroes can't fight without the other. Like in Inuyasha, he gets more powerful the more he like combines his powers with Kagome's arrow, and they're fighting like one person.
Right.
But like on their own, they wouldn't be able to defeat the enemy if it was one enemy versus together. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Right. Combined, the heroes work well together. Individually, they're not as strong.
Right.
I get you. And you're saying that, but in reverse, like for the villains, where the villains work well together versus separate.
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, like the whole pain arc for Naruto. I mean, he was able to do shit by himself. Honestly, let's be honest in that
Yeah,
retrospect. Even
of course.
there was like a group of them, and all of his little team members were like, "Oh no, we're dead," and then he's by himself, and he's like, "Oh, now I'm gonna show my true power." He's like, "Look at me, grr," and then you have like Naruto just pop out of nowhere, and it was, ta-da!
Yeah, but then when you remember there was more to the Akatsuki than just 6 versions of pain. I mean, as much as I love Naruto, he could never have taken all of them on his own.
Right, but that's what I mean is like, there was other people that fought the other versions of Pain, but when it came down to Pain himself, it was basically him being soloing it.
Yeah, but by then he was like souped up with sage power.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
Hey, I'll defend Naruto all day. Just try me.
I don't want to try you because I'm pretty sure that's like a whole new argument all in itself.
Well,
But
on the flip side, one of the future topics will be the main character from an anime. Not just the main few characters, but the absolute main number one character of a specific anime. We're gonna be talking.
Boy.
We're gonna be talking about them in the next podcast. I am gonna I am gonna give you guys one last chance in the live chat, if you guys are listening right now, to get into this giveaway, because it's about to end in like 2-3 minutes. So if you have not typed in giveaway in the chat yet, you are not entered in. So you got to type giveaway in the chat, and you are entered in for a $25 giveaway. It's a gift card to Right Stuff Anime. It has a whole bunch of really cool stuff. So I will give you guys the link and the code for the gift card if you are the winner. So remember, type giveaway in the live chat, and yeah, hope you win. But I think we talked about quite a few different villains, different things that we liked and disliked about them. And interestingly enough, I kind of figured going into all of the spread or the categories of villains, we would have mixed opinions, and that's what I was that's what I was going for, because I knew that some people would love villains, some people would hate villains, and started up a good conversation. I definitely enjoyed this. All right, I think it is time to pick the winner. I gave enough time for people to enter in. There's enough people who entered into the giveaway. So, alright, Ricky, give me a number between
14.
1 and 5.
2.
Alright, perfect. Alright, Anime Angel, if you are listening, you won the giveaway. Congrats.
Woo! Good on ya, Anime Angel. Fair play to ya.
And if you are not connected to the live stream right now, it's okay. It doesn't mean you did not win. You did win. So, congrats.
Nice 1 star.
Yeah, nice.
Woohoo!
I will definitely do more giveaways in the future. One of the giveaways I have planned is when I get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So, if we get up to 1,000 subscribers, it would trigger another giveaway. So
I'm sorry.
keep that
Somebody just
mind.
wrote "time to become a villain."
Alright, that's what's up. Be a villain.
But then you better go to law
Yeah, they're
school.
like, "Time to become a villain" because I didn't win this giveaway.
Well, that's
Better go become a banker.
what happens.
Ooh.
Alright, we're going to conclude that. And until next time, it's going to be the same time, but we may or may not do it next week. I will post more in my tweets to let you guys know updates on what the podcast title will be and when the podcast will take place. It will be at the same YouTube channel right here, so keep your subscription, and that way you can listen in on the next podcast. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed. Post in the comments if you have missed this podcast and you're listening later on. Also, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And as always, guys, deuces up.
In the name of the moon, see you soon.
Talk